So you may remember a couple of weeks ago on the channel, I tried to upgrade the M1 MacBook Pro to an M2 MacBook Pro by swapping the logic boards. And, well, it didn't work. Nothing. Oh my God, this fucking sucks, dude. Holy shit. But not long after I failed to upgrade the MacBook Pro, the team over at Framework said, hey, let us send you something a little different. This is basically the anti-MacBook, and it was recently upgraded to feature Intel's 12th gen processor, so it should be pretty potent. And today, we're gonna be upgrading it and finding out. So make sure to get subscribed, leave a like down below. This is gonna be a fun one. Today's video is sponsored by Squarespace, the best tool to build your beautiful website. So the Framework laptop is a really cool idea, a modular, upgradable, customizable laptop that allows you to have full control over your experience. But the one issue was that it came out with Intel 11th generation processors. And to be quite honest, they're not good. That was the old Intel, but now we have the new Intel, and 12th gen is way better. But traditionally, if you've bought a laptop, that's the end of the game. The CPU and the logic board aren't really something that you can change and upgrade in most laptops, but that's not the case with the Framework laptop. So let's go ahead and unbox this thing and get it set up. We've got minimal cardboard packaging here, and right on top, there is the Framework laptop. Now, we also get what appears to be a little screwdriver. How about that? Apple doesn't even want to give you a USB-C adapter, but Framework gives you an entire screwdriver to take the thing apart. Oops. The power adapter comes over here in its own separate box. It's so cute. Aw. So the laptop itself, very nice build quality, aluminum, and what's this? There's no ports, or are there? Because that's not all that came in the box. We also got this, an arrangement of ports that you can mix and match. This is amazing. So we've got two USB-C, we've got DisplayPort, HDMI, USB Type A, and micro SD. I think I'm gonna have both of the USB-C. I think I'll have USB-A and I'll go for HDMI. Yeah, so basically the way that this system works is these little expansion cards are essentially just like adapters. Brilliant. Love that. It's simple, right? It doesn't need to be complicated. It doesn't need to be like a whole fancy interface. It's just USB-C. That's kind of the point of it. Get those out of here off to the side. Let's go ahead and open it up. I have to say, I'm really digging the design of this thing. Oh my God. The bezel is magnetic. It just comes off. And you can replace the display panel itself. I love this thing. So let's go ahead and get this thing set up and then get to work on it. I honestly can't wait. This thing seems like a joy to use. And you know what else is a joy to use? Today's video sponsor, Squarespace. That's right, with Squarespace, I've been building my new website designed to petition Apple to build a 15-inch MacBook again. And honestly, it couldn't be easier. Squarespace's web building platform was designed to make everything drag and drop. Moving elements on your web page, rearranging text blocks, inserting headers, it's all a graphical interface. You don't need to translate your imagination into lines of code. And to be honest, I'm a very visual person. I do not do well with programming, so that's exactly what I'm looking for. But do you know what else I'm looking for? A 15-inch MacBook. Come on, Apple, please. I'll give you money. The theme of ease of use even applies to Squarespace's online storefronts, which can be easily set up to offer products such as some 15-inch MacBook merchandise. All of that was set up in just a few clicks. And in just a few clicks, you could head to the link in the description below and try Squarespace out for yourself. So what are you waiting for? Check it out. And now let's get back to the video. So far, the Framework laptop looks amazing. It has easily replaceable components, it has upgradable and modular storage, as well as ports that you can mix and match. Fantastic. But there is still one issue. I ran Cinebench and we got a very dismal 4245 on this Core i5 1135G7. It's not all that fast. And typically there's not much you can do about that. You can have a laptop that looks amazing, has a great screen, great keyboard, and even modular ports, but if that's the CPU it has, then, well, you're stuck with it. But Framework doesn't want to do that, so they sent me something else. This is a logic board. First party, directly from the manufacturer, and this has a much faster, much more recent 12th gen Core i5 1240p. Nice and simple, pretty bare bones. We're gonna reuse our RAM, we're gonna reuse our storage, but it has everything that we need. Now, of course, Framework sent over some instructions on how to actually swap this out, but I'm not gonna follow them. So first things first, we're gonna go ahead and pop out all of our ports. Wow, that went flying. So the underside is pretty simple. I see 5 screws. I will remove 5 screws. They're captive screws. You can't lose them because they don't come out. Oh my gosh. Oh, and it just pops straight up. It's not a ZIF connector. Look at that. You can replace your keyboard if it gets water damaged. And you can unscrew the keyboard from this top piece. All right, so here we are on the inside, very familiar rectangular shaped logic board, and essentially we just have connectors around all the edges. So we can just go ahead and remove them. Look at that, we got pull tabs on that one. Nice and easy. I think that's everything. Oh my God. That's it. I didn't even have time for a montage. Normally there's like a little montage and I'm like, oh, here I go, I'm doing stuff and it looks complicated and fancy. Nope, my grandmother could probably do this and she was born in 1925. So now it's as easy as pop that RAM over there and put the storage over there. Okay, time to reassemble. That's it, it's all put back together. We'll put the keyboard back on. So this upgrade makes a big difference. Going from 11th to 12th gen Intel, I ran Cinebench R23. Our new score is 8700. That's double the score. It's double, it's twice as fast, folks. And it was that easy to do. No montage, no like me explaining little tips and tricks on how to not completely destroy your computer. It just happens. It's amazing. Oh my God. And theoretically, it could go the other way around, right? Like if Framework comes out with a new chassis design, as long as they keep this like layout for their main boards, you could buy a new chassis and keep your main board and put that in. But guess what, folks? We're not even done yet. We've upgraded this guy, great, but now we still have the previous 11th gen logic board. So what do you do with this? Well, Framework thought of that. In my media kit, I got this like weird looking thing. I'm like, what is this? And then it hit me. This is a 3D printed enclosure into which we can put our previous logic board. They even sent over some accessories like another Wi-Fi module, antennas, and cables to connect it to the board, and we can turn the old logic board into a desktop computer. This is 3D printed. You can print this at home. Framework, you guys are doing the Lord's work here. So we got a little screw kit here. Look at this. We just screw these antenna into the side of the printed enclosure. You can still use the same adapters, DisplayPort and microSD, and it fits right into the printed enclosure. This is crazy, dude. This is legitimately crazy. I want to make something like this for Apple laptops. The challenge is that a lot of Apple's like antennas and a lot of the things that it requires to boot, they put them in the top case. That's why you can't swap an M1 and an M2 logic board in the MacBook Pro. It's because the keyboard is physically different, so it won't let the machine boot up. But with something like this, You can print your own enclosure, and now we have a little mini PC that, as long as we have it connected to power continuously, is gonna work just like a normal PC. Oh my God, and it's even programmed to just fire right up when connected to power, because there's no battery, there's no power button, but it doesn't need it. As soon as it's connected, it turns on. This is amazing. Come on, that is so cool. I mean, we're in a 3D printed computer case with the computer inside it. We still have Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth. It's connected to my Wi-Fi network. It powers on right away when you plug it in, so it doesn't even need the power button. And we still have all the ports. This is crazy. Oh my God. Yeah, this is definitely the anti-MacBook. Could you imagine Apple providing you 3D printable cases so that you can keep using your logic board after you upgrade? That sounds ridiculous. They would never do that. Wow. So there you have it. That is a look at the Framework laptop. This entire company is quite honestly a breath of fresh air. I love Apple, I really do. I buy every single product that they make, pretty much. However, there is simply no denying that this is a fantastic way to build a laptop. Now, you could argue that there are compromises, and sure, you end up with a display that doesn't look as good as a fully laminated one. Maybe the device isn't as thin as it would be if Apple had their way. You also get a smaller battery, and I guess you could argue it's not as attractive as a MacBook Air. But there is a lot to be said for upgradability. The fact that you could avoid having to give Apple like $400 to upgrade the RAM and just do it yourself at Micro Center 6 months after you buy it, that's amazing. It's legitimately so refreshing to be inside a laptop that wants you to be there. Most of the time when you're inside a laptop, not even just Apple, but almost every laptop, you can tell they don't want you in there. They're like, you really sure you want to unplug that? It's kind of glued down. I feel like maybe you should just not do anything about this and buy a new laptop instead. But with the Framework laptop, it's like, hey, you want to pull off your bezel? Just pull it off. Everything was designed with you in mind. And that's so refreshing. So while I know a lot of you probably aren't going to be selling your M1 MacBook Pros and buying one of these instead, we can at least appreciate that there is another way. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Huge thanks to Framework for hooking me up with this stuff. I absolutely love what you guys are doing, and I can't wait to see what you do next. Can you please make a 15-inch laptop with dedicated graphics? Ooh, that would be so nice. Please make that. As usual, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.